some days, I really wish I had a better setup so that you could see the makeup a little better. In other days, I'm really glad you can't. Especially for second filmings. Because for second filmings, I do a few things to, you know, change the look up a little bit. And sometimes that can end up being a disaster. A big disaster. You get to guess which one it is today. So hello and welcome to domytriesthis. I hope you brought your cuppa. Today's coffee mug is another older Christmas mug. I am actually not positive where I got this. I suspect my husband bought it for me. He has since pretty much kept his mugs to Valentine's Day's mugs, but this is an older mug. This is probably along the lines of the ones from my mother-in-law, about 20 years old, though I may have had it before I met him. It is that long ago that this ADHD anemic brain just cannot remember, period. It's not an Avon mug. It does have a little bit of a flaw. On this side, you can see the ribbon. It's hot. But on this side, you can see the attempt at the ribbon. And it never quite printed correctly, I guess. But regardless, it is a really cute mug with the Christmas tree and the polka dots and the tinsel and all the other stuff. I do actually think it's a very cute mug and I do like it. Anyway, today's tea is a tea that I tried before and I said I wasn't too sure about, so I wanted to try it again. And that is the Stash Chocolate Mint. I double bagged it today. I can't remember if I double bagged it last time, but I double bagged it today. Smells amazing, so I'm actually hoping we got some better flavor this time and that I'll be much happier with it than I think I was last time. However, if it is a problem, I do have a kid that can have it, so let's go ahead and give her a taste and see if it's doing better. It's still pretty hot. It has only been steeping for a couple of minutes, so it's probably not at full flavor, but let's just head ahead, you know, like usual. Oh Lord, it smells good. It's still very mild. I'm getting a bit of the mint. In fact, I'm getting a really nice bit of the mint. The chocolate is still kind of working on it. But I got the sweetness correct. So hopefully by the end of our video, that chocolate will have kicked in and we will have a really good tea. Now, I do have a chocolate mint oolong from Stash that I love, but you know, Stash is a little bit more expensive than the store brand. So yeah, if I can find another chocolate mint where I don't have to special order it from Stash, you know, pay the extra cost plus the shipping, I can live with that. I really could. Anyway, so today I'm actually doing a video a little bit early. I think I mentioned before that I kind of realized not too long ago that I was going to be doing a hair care review every week in the month of December. And this was one of the first ones I was planning to review. I've only had it for about 2 weeks and I already made my mind up. Basically, this stuff's amazing. Spoiler alert, it's amazing. I only have one product that I'm not sure about. The rest of it, I'm already working on purchasing stuff. So anyway, this is a CurlBox Mimic box. So CurlBox did a box. I don't think that this was their regular box for the month of October. I do think this was one of their special platinum boxes or specialty box from them. However, at that time, I couldn't afford it. So when I saw what it was, I went and checked out the website for the brand, and they had a travel kit, a tryout kit. And I went ahead and picked that up. It's a little on the pricey side. However, you get a lot for your money. I will have all of the information down below where you can get this kit. Last time I looked, the kit is currently available. They do seem to run out quite frequently, but they restock. So you can go ahead and give her a try. And I highly recommend giving the kit a try if you can afford it. If not, I do have a few specialty things in here, a few of the products that I love best, so to speak. When you get the kit, now I opened this up on Instagram, one-handed. It comes in a box full of peanuts and packaged really well. But when you actually pull out the kit, it is in this neat little clutch that is made of plastic, and it has Adwoa, which is the brand, beauty on it. And I'm hoping, I want to say Adwoa so badly, but I'm going to go Adwoa for now. I don't know if that's correct, but that has their logo on the front, and you have all of your products inside, which I've kept in here even though one of them's empty. So you can open this up and you will get 3 of these things. This is the leave-in. Then there is this is the oil, and you get the shampoo. Then you get 3 of this size, which includes the deep conditioning treatment. And you get the gel, which is really an interesting gel. It's an interesting gel. And then you get the curl defining cream. And they send you a little thing of stickers, which is kind of cool. And then they give you this little quick start kind of guide that tells you to wash and clarify, to use the deep conditioner, apply everything on soaking wet hair, and then they give you, tell you to leave the conditioner in your hair for about 45 minutes or so. And it's on this card. So I did it a little differently than what they say on the little card, but that's okay. Honestly, the way I did it worked. It worked. When I picked up this brand, it was right after the methicone disaster. My curl had flattened out significantly, and it felt like I was starting over from 18 months ago or so. And as you recall, 18 months ago or so, I had no curl. So I had some curl, but I mean, if you've been on my Facebook at all, you'll have noticed that I had no curl. I had some curl, but most of my hair was kind of like this. Some of it's still working on recovering right now. All of my hair was pretty much on the straighter end, very frizzy and foofy, and there was none of this. There was none of these curls at all anywhere. So when I tried these products with dimethicone, now I tried 2 lines, and both of them ended up having dimethicone, and one of them had isopropyl. I mean, I'm amazed that my hair didn't come out worse than it did. So, and those lines will be getting reviewed. One of them has been, and another one is going to get reviewed. But I was really surprised that my hair didn't come out worse than it did. I was very disappointed because the second brand is a well-known brand that a lot of curly girls love, a lot of people love, and I was just really surprised that it had the dimethicone and the isopropyl in it. My hair is still recovering. Also, I used a mask yesterday, so my curl is still a little bit softer. Masks tend to soften your hair, and for me, that means I have a little less curl. I also started adding in my old almond marshmallow, so I'm a little bit frizzy today. I'm trying to see how much glycerin my hair can take right now. We're in the middle of winter, but while it's cold, the humidity is still high. It's an issue. It's an issue. Anybody with curly hair can tell you this is an issue. At any rate, so I got this line, and my hair was still in recovery, and I was using I was using the coconut shade from Eden Body Works, and I had just started to bring the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey Mafura Oil back in, just trying to get some moisture, trying to use the things that worked on my hair before to try to help it recover. And I decided to give everybody who was on the CurlBox Instagram lives and all that stuff were saying that this line was pretty amazing. So I decided to risk it and give it a chance. And I'm in love. I'm in love. Like I said, I am slowly repurchasing some of these smaller bits as I need them. In fact, I need to actually pick up some of the gels soon. But anyway, so Main notes about the whole thing. This line has a very light, minty, very slight perfume scent to it. It's actually a beautiful scent, and it's not very strong, which is really nice because I don't like strong scents in my hair care, especially since sometimes you end up mixing things, and I did mix this with other stuff. So scents can end up clashing. I have noticed that with Shea Moisture, for example, that if I mix it with any other line, that perfume scent of the Shea Moisture gets stronger, and it's really annoying. The only thing it doesn't overpower is the Oars Olive Oil Lemon one, the conditioner on that one. It's not all unpleasant, which is good because additional products, as you use more of the products, adds more of that scent, so it lingers for a bit. This line also feels good with a slight cooling sensation on your scalp, very similar to a peppermint tea tree oil. There's no traditional conditioner line, and I really wish they had one. And most of the products have glycerin around number 5, give or take. So my hair has been okay with the glycerin being that high. Like I said, we're dealing with more frizz, and I did use the Eden Body Works Almond Marshmallow Serum, which has glycerin at around 2 or 3, so there's a lot of glycerin in that versus these, and yet my frizz is not horrible. I mean, it's there, but it's not horrible. So I do wish that they had a traditional conditioner in the line. I think that would be amazing. However, I have used the deep treatment in place of a conditioner. I wouldn't do it every day, but it did work for that particular purpose. The other thing to note before I actually get into the products is that they are deceptively thick. So you're going to think, oh wow, that's really too thick, but they're actually very light in application, which really works for my hair. Anyway, we're going to start with the shampoo. This is the small version. I'm going to show you what the large version would look like if I had it in shampoo, but I have the leave-in. And so that would be the large version that you would buy. This has 12 ounces. It does come with the little thing here, the pump. And so that's what that would look like if you pick that up. Like I said, they're deceptively thick. As you can see, it's kind of taking its time and being thick like that. And it has sort of it's almost got that milky, it still can slide a bit. It's almost got a kind of a milky appearance to it, but it's much more opaque than transparent in that sense. It is, when you smooth it out, it kind of looks almost like, this is going to sound strange, it looks almost like a cross between that texture of store-bought applesauce and a lotion. I know that sounds really, really strange, but wait till we get to the actual gel, which is a really unusual consistency for a gel. You need about the same amount as my usual shampoos. It's thicker than most of them that I've used, with a creamy light lather. It has an okay slip, but my first time at least I had a slight dryness on the ends, which is why I am not sure about repurchasing this. As you all know, my ends are very, very sensitive, and one of the things I'm really careful about is trying to make sure that they are moisturized when I shampoo. But it was very, very, very slight. It's one of those things that if you have that issue, it is something that you would notice. If you don't have that issue, you probably wouldn't notice it at all. It's only to someone who is sensitive to that issue and is aware of it. It had some tangling when I rinsed it out. That was easily gone through with just water. It did have okay slip. It did much better after my hair had recovered some more from the dimethicone disaster, and I really like the feel of it on my scalp, but it's still not the most moisturizing shampoo I've tried, so I'm actually not likely to repurchase it, but I'm still kind of on the fence about that. It really works well with the line. That's not to say that the line doesn't work well with other things. I have tried them with the Aveda. I have actually tried them with my Eden Body Works Coconut Shea Co-Wash. I just tried it with a different co-wash today, which may also be why my hair is a little funky. What you wash with forms the foundation for the rest of your hair care, and I'm not quite sure about this other co-wash yet. But all that said, it's a thought to purchase it, but for me, I'm actually leaning towards no, even though I'm not still on the fence about it, just because of that dryness on the ends and having to be aware of the amount of moisture my hair needs to not have those dry ends. All that said, it is not a bad shampoo. I did enjoy it as a shampoo. Just if you have sensitive ends like I do, you may, like I said, if you buy the kit, you'll be able to find out. But if you're not going to buy the kit, if you're going to pick and choose, the shampoo wouldn't be on the top of my list to pick and choose to try. So next, the deep conditioner. Let me find her. Okay, so this is the one that comes in the kit. And this is the 8-ounce one that you get if you buy 8 ounces. They also have another one that's 16. This is $18, and I believe the 16 ounce is $32. The only reason I bought this one instead of the larger one was because I didn't have $32 to spend. I actually ended up spending close to that anyway because the brand is on Afterpay, guys. Just be aware, it's on Afterpay. So if you're interested in trying and you're worried about the prices, but this is the 8-ounce size. I haven't opened this yet. This is my extra because I still have some of this. I've only used this a couple of times because it is supposed to be a deep treatment. And I use it, the first time I used it in place of a conditioner, and then yesterday I actually used it as an actual deep conditioning treatment with the heat mask. So this is what this looks like. It's no surprise. It's a thick, white, creamy consistency. It feels very moisturizing the minute you touch it. Melts in the hair. You'll actually think you need to add more because it melts in the hair so well. All of these are like that. They melt into your hair, at least into my hair. And my hair lately has been a bit more non-porous than it used to be. I think that's a sign it's getting healthier. I hope. So it takes a little longer for the water to get in and soak it, and it seems to take a little longer for certain products to actually work with it really well. This melts into my hair. So if you've got a medium porosity, medium probably works on low porosity. I'm pretty sure it would work on high because it literally just, your hair sucks it up. So I used less than what I would do with other deep conditioners. I initially used it like a regular conditioner, like I said. Put it in and let it sit in my steamy shower for about 10 minutes, give or take, while I finished up the rest of my shower. It melts into the hair beautifully. It has a really nice slip, and it took care of the dryness on my ends, which is one of the reasons why I've actually considered buying the shampoo, because this will take care of the dryness on your ends. However, one, I have a ton of shampoos still, and I don't need them. And at least 2 or 3 of them are really, really good for my hair and don't leave me any dry ends. 2, like I said, I would not use this every single time I washed my hair or co-washed my hair, because I think that could get, I think it could weigh your hair down eventually if you overdo a mask or a deep treatment. Once a week with a deep treatment is fine. But I had to use it because I didn't have a conditioner, and I try to do, as you know, a single the whole line all at once by itself without any other input from any other brand or product. I didn't even use my elixir with this on the first day. Then I used it as a deep conditioner as it's supposed to be used while it was on my hair. That minty coolness, not tingling, but cool. It was really a nice feeling. I really, really liked it. Soaked into my scalp as well and stayed for a long time afterwards. My hair rinsed out silky smooth, but didn't feel like anything was left behind. There were no tangles. There was no dryness. My hair was very soft. The curl, as you can see, is still on the softer side. It'll recover from that through the week. This is why you only mask or whatever once a week, or deep condition once or twice a month, because it sinks in and it does affect your curl pattern a little bit as it gets in there and gets the extra moisture and softening that your hair needs. I really, really enjoyed this both ways. I'm more likely to use it as the deep treatment, but I probably will continue to use it as a quick mask or a quick conditioner sometimes when I feel I need it, but I'm not ready to do a deep conditioner. Highly recommend it. If you're going to get any products out of the line, it's going to be this one and one other one. If you only want to try a couple of things, this one, the deep treatment, and then the next one, the other one that I'll be talking about in just a second. But yes, highly recommend it. But then again, I did say at the beginning of this that I fell in love with this line, so highly recommend, no surprise. So the leave-in, this little guy is empty. I have used it up because this is the one product in the line that I have used very consistently since I got the line. So I'm going to put this down. I'm going to pick up this bad boy. I knew from the second or third time I used this that this was it. I really, really did. This is really, really thick. It really surprised me. Okay, I'm gonna have to hold this weird. Okay, so that's it. It is really, really thick, honestly. Very thick. It's not moving. It's gonna stay there. So it's very thick, but it melts into your hair. It's very creamy. I love that smell. It's very creamy, and it really does just melt into your hair. Again, it has great slip. Hair started curling a bit more with fewer wet flyaways than I've had recently. This leave-in, as I wipe it off my hand, still got some of that scent. It's beautiful. This leave-in has become my leave-in of choice. Obviously I've already purchased it. I'm planning to purchase it again when this starts to run out. You actually do not need a lot of this. This is the thing that really also surprised me. Most leave-in conditioners, I gloop to get what I need out of them. This is a leave-in, this is actually a leave-in conditioning styler. And I need maybe three, maybe 4 pumps, 5 if my hair is really feeling dry. That has not happened very often, however. I mean, when we had the second hair disaster with the dimethicone, yeah, things like that. But in general, you don't need a lot of this. It's very, very light. It's still very moisturizing. It still has great slip. I use my easy detangler brush to work it all the way through my hair and scrunch it up, and the curls just start right away with this. This is amazing. So, in addition to the deep treatment, I recommend this leave-in styler. These two, if you're going to try only 2 products out of the whole line, these 2 are the ones to try. They really, really are. They are amazing. I love the rest of the line with my few exceptions for the shampoo, but I love the rest of the line. But if you're going to try the line with only 1 or 2 items, these 2 items would be it. And if it's only going to be 1 item, this would be it. It's amazing, it really is. It's an amazing leave-in. I've actually went through and decluttered almost all my other leave-ins. I have 1 that I've kept from Shea Moisture, and I've kept 1 from Eden Body Works. Everything else is now out. All the leave-ins are out because this is the bomb. This is the one for my hair from now on. So when I first the first time I used the line, it says I did read, but I didn't. I'm terrible. I didn't follow directions. It says to use either the curl cream or the gel. I use them both. My hair has a very soft curl anyway, and it's very easy to make that curl flatten out, disappear through the day if I don't have a bit of a gel hold. But I don't like a heavy gel hold. I really don't like packing on the gel and getting a very heavy, strong cast. I just don't like the way that tends to leave a residue behind, and I don't like that on my hair. It's just me, it's personal, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I was raised in such a way that I had no idea how to properly take care of my hair. So for me, I read cream or gel, and I went, I'm going to do both because my hair will not hold with one or the other. It needs both. It needs the curl cream to get the curl going. It needs the gel to help hold it. So the first time I've used it, and in fact almost every time since I've used it, I have used them both. Thing is, I don't use a lot of anything. I have started to use a bit more of the curl cream when I use it than I do of the gel. But I still use less of it than when I say I use my Eden Body Works or I use the any of the other curl creams that I've tried. I don't use a lot of them either, but I used about half the amount with this one. It's another very lightweight product that you just don't need a lot of for it to do what it needs to do. So this feels thick, but is very light and melts into the hair very quickly. Hair started curling immediately. This curl cream is not going to surprise you with its texture. It's told you before, they seem like they're really, really thick, but they melt into your hair. I would use maybe 2 times that, maybe 3 times that for my whole head, not for per section, for my whole head. What I pulled out was 2 or 3 times that for my hair. It's very light. These products just basically for me sort of reinforce the fact that I need lightweight products for my hair to actually curl. Anything else just weighs it down. Again, because I have very soft curls in general. I sound like I'm losing my voice. I'm not really. I'm fine. Anyway, hair started curling immediately. I did see a few wet flyaways develop as I let it soak. Now I put everything in and I do a 15 to 20 minute soak from when I put all my product in and until I diffuse. I just let it sit there and soak and get into my hair. So during that soak time, I did find that some flyaways did develop. But again, they are not as bad as they were when I started to have the dimethicone issue. Hair was a bit wetter than usual at the start of my soak, but about the same dampness or less at the end. So somehow these two are actually helping my hair dry a little bit too, which I find really interesting. But I ended up squishing out a lot less water when scrunching, so I will put my products in. I will soak for 15 to 20 minutes. Then I will squish out any excess water and product. And usually my towel, I don't use a regular towel, microfiber towel or t-shirt, either one of those will be pretty wet by the time I'm done squishing out the excess water and moisture and product. And with these, my towel is barely spotted with anything, which I thought was really interesting. Most of my hair had a silky feel to it before the scrunching, the exception being my problem spot. I have one spot in the back I think I've talked about that is just, it's refusing to curl. It's the part that has the most straightness. It actually has a completely different sensation to it when you touch it than the rest of my hair. It's almost like this is gonna sound weird. It's almost like it's swollen, thicker or coarser or something. It's really this one strip right here. It's the only part of my hair that's like that. And we are all multi-textured, so this is not unusual. It's just a little frustrating because it's the only part of my hair that I struggle with to get the curl. So everything else felt, that's the only section that I've had trouble with, but I have trouble with that section with everything. So that's not on this. It's with everything. And I have tried this mixed and layered. This cream works layered with other products. For example, another curl cream that gives you a bigger moisture boost on days you think you need it, but it does not work well as a mixer. As a mixer, I feel like this cream, if I were to layer it, I would put this on first because I feel like this cream loses some of its oomph, some of its properties, the bonus, the goodness in it when it is mixed with another product or when it is over another product. So if you're going to use this and another curl cream for whatever reason, like I said, sometimes I've got a couple of them that I use to just get some extra moisture in my hair. If you're going to do that, put this on first. It's a really good curl cream. I do eventually want to get the 8-ounce size of it, or even the larger size of it. It's just going to have to wait. I think I've had these for a couple of weeks, so I think I've got another 3-4 weeks in here before I need to think about actually purchasing this. And I could probably wait until January, because I do have other curl creams I can use in the interim. And I have found that the line works mixed in with other brands and products. So I can use the shampoo with a Shea Moisture conditioner. I've done that. And then use these. I can use you can mix them very, very well. So you just have to layer the products rather than actually mixing them in with their products. So the thing that I used to do with some of my curl creams, where I would mix the cream with the gel and then apply them mixed together on my hair, I wouldn't do with these. Apply this first and then whatever you're going to put over it. All right, so the next one is the gel, and the gel is, I like the gel. It's just really, it's a weird consistency. It reminds me of tapioca pudding. It really does, without the little tapioca pearls. I don't know if you can even see the texture of this. It's very different. It just reminds me of tapioca. It really, really does. And I feel strange saying that, but you don't usually use this with the cream like I do. So if you're going to try the products and you can get 3, pick one or the other that you think will work best for you. I initially used a very small amount just before diffusing, like I normally would. It almost looks like a rice pudding or a tapioca pudding. No lumps, but similar appearance. And is also very light and consistency, melts into the hair so quickly. I had to resist getting more. Like I said, with any of these products, I don't use a lot. I haven't needed a lot, but this one, you get it in your hair and it just melts in so fast that you're not even sure it all got in there, or you got enough. That's how I felt. So I had to resist getting out more because I knew I'd gotten it where I needed it. I mean, I put it in my hand, I rubbed it out, scrunched it all in my hair, so I knew I got it where it needed. It just was so quickly absorbed that you just feel like you need more of it, and you probably don't. I have tried more and lesser amounts. The amount that I use is what I would normally use for about a gel, just a little bit less, and it still does what it's supposed to do. Now, I no longer use it for just before diffusing. I actually will pick up a second gel to do that, but I will put this on over the cream right away and let it help set some of the curl while it's doing the soak. And I think that has really helped improve my curl we're still looking a little ragged from the dimethicone. I'll be honest, we're still looking a little ragged from the dimethicone, and my curls have not reached my summer levels. I kind of miss my summer curls, but anyway, especially in these front parts that were really starting to curl up. These were the last pieces that were starting to curl up from my curling journey, going natural and all that. And so we're still working on getting this back, but as you can see, it's there. So this I do put it in, and then I let it soak with everything else, because again, it's very moisturizing. It's very I think this has a lighter hold too, so if you're looking for a heavy hold, this probably would not be the one for you. I've not noticed any scrunch or crunch or anything, and I've applied another gel over it. So I get decent curl with it. It does work. It does what it's supposed to do. I think it works really well paired with the cream. But I also think you could use the cream in a different gel if you wanted to, or you could just use just this gel. If, like they said, you could probably just use the one. And I might try to do that one of these days. I'm just a little hesitant because my hair, like I said, is very soft, and the curl tends to just disappear through the day. So, especially if it's not been set up correctly. So anyway, The gel is also really good. So the first thing I noticed using all of and only these is that my hair dried a lot faster. I ended up diffusing for a shorter time to avoid overdoing it. Now, some of that could have been because of what was going on with the dimethicone, but I honestly think some of that was the products, because I've been noticing that consistently my hair is drying quickly. And I do quicker, I shouldn't say quickly. If I air dry, it still takes more than 2 hours. It takes closer to 3, but it doesn't take 4 or 5. So that's the difference. And when I go to 4 or 5, it's including this one spot in the back that just doesn't like to dry. That spot is still a problem, but everything else pretty much really dries very quickly. And I think that has a lot to do with how light these products are. They go in, they do their job, they don't build up. They give you what you need, they give your hair what it needs. And then because you don't have to use a lot of it, it just dries off a lot faster. And like I said, in my soak, the soak did really well as well. And everything, my hair seemed drier and I had less to pull out. So it also helps with getting the moisture, the wet into your hair that your hair needs. Second was the amount of curl before fully dried. Even my problem areas and the back, so these areas that I've been struggling with, and that spot in the back and across my crown back here, had more curl than they've had lately, which again has to do with the dimethicone issues I was having. Third was the shine and the softness. Finally, while there was still some frizz and flyaways, it was definitely less than what I've been seeing lately. All of that was right after the first use. And that's when I first started falling in love. I've only gotten more convinced about this whole line since then. So I've already purchased the leave-in. I've gotten the deep treatment. I think I'm going to get a larger size of the gel next and try it by itself at some point. I also really like the oil, so I suggest, if you like using oil in your hair, I suggest the oil. But really the only disappointment, and it's not really a disappointment, quote unquote, is the shampoo because of the ends problem. But that just means it's probably not right for my hair because of my sensitivity, or it could still be issues from when I was having the dimethicone. I need to use it a little bit longer, and not just 1 month, because I could have waited until the middle of December to film this. It's towards the end of November right now. But I don't think that short a period of time would have solved the problem. I think I need a little longer, because when you do damage to your hair, you have to really give it time to recover. I may even have to do another quick trim, a short trim, to get rid of the very ends that were probably too damaged by all of that. And that wouldn't be until, you know, February or March that I don't think I would really see a difference in using the shampoo. So I didn't want to wait until February, March to give you a review on this. It's a really good line. Next is the oil. I love the oil. The oil, this has become my second favorite oil. My first favorite is actually another one. But here's the interesting thing. This oil and the other oil mix really well together, and I get the best of both worlds when I do. So this does, it's like any other, it's like any other oil, oily. It's got a thickness to it, so it's not watery. You do not need a whole lot of it. You get a nice sheen. My hair loves oil lately. I think it's because of the cold. You can see it's restoring the shine. It's bumping up the curl a bit, except in these areas which are just a problem on their own. It's got that beautiful scent. It helps a bit, not a lot, but it helps a bit with the frizz. So it is another, it's a beautiful oil, and it costs, I think one of the other oils I like is like $9.99, and this is $13. So the cost is pretty close to what you would spend on almost on some other oils. It's not pricey like, say, the Avita, which is my favorite oil, but is a $30 oil. But at the same time, it gives me really nice results, and it actually, like I said, it really mixes really well with the Avita, and I get the shine and the bump and the boost from both of them. It's amazing. I love it. I love mixing those two now. You don't need to use a lot of oil at once, so that they gave you this much is really, really neat, because you're not going to need to refill it right away. So I can probably wait till sometime next year to get another thing of their oil, but I will eventually. These all work with various other products well when layered. So you can use your shampoo and then your conditioner, then the leave-in. You can use the curl cream and then use a different gel. You can use a different curl cream and use their gel. They seem to work fairly well done that way, but they do not work well when mixed. They seem to lose some of their oomph. So I wouldn't mix this gel with another gel in an effort to reduce the cost. That's one of the reasons I started mixing hair care products, so I could reduce some of the costs. If you're gonna buy a $15 to $25, not that I usually go that high, but if you're gonna buy a $15 to $20 product, that's really expensive. And if you can, but if it's really good and you can find something more on the, you know, $8 to $10 range that you can mix it with or blend it with, then you can have the best of both worlds and save yourself a little money while getting what you need out of both products. This does not do that. Unfortunately, these do not mix well. So if you're going to buy these and you're going to use these, you're going to be able to layer them, but you're not going to be able to mix them with other products. So you can't mix the curl cream with another curl cream and expect to get the same kind of results. I will say, however, sometimes when you're mixing products like that, sometimes it comes out really good, and sometimes it's an absolute disaster. You'll mix something and your hair turns into something you don't even recognize or something. It comes out just a mess. These you don't get either of those. It's in the middle. These lose their oomph, but your hair doesn't end up, I think they save your hair from being a worse mess that you could get from, thank you. I have to get used to my frizz. My hair apparently just has the frizz thing, but anyway. But yeah, so like I said, they're not good mixers. They're good layered. They're good as a part of your, if you're just going to get the leave-in conditioner, the leave-in styler, and use that and not any other leave-in, it should work with any other line in that capacity. I highly recommend the line. Obviously, I'm in love with it. So if you have curly hair, I don't know if this would work for straight hair, but if you have curly hair or even just wavy hair, or you think you might have wavy hair and you're just not sure because you've never taken care of your hair that way, I highly recommend giving this a try. I don't think you'd be disappointed at all. I love it, and I'm glad that this is one of the boxes I chose to dupe on my own. Mind you, the only reason I did that was because they had the little travel kit, and that made it a bit more affordable than having to go and pick out 2 or 3 items, because the items do run anywhere from $13 to $30 some odd dollars. They do have another kind of kit that's about $40 that only has 2 or 3 items in it. I believe it has the leave-in and the deep conditioner, but they're full sizes. So anyway, go check them out. I'll have them linked down below. I'll have the travel kit price linked down below. All of that information down below. Give them a try. If you have curly hair, I can't imagine anybody being disappointed by it. But that's, you know, my perspective. It really, it saved my hair. Honestly, after the dimethicone thing, when my hair was just so, this stuff saved my hair. So I was so happy to see my curls again. Anyway, so that's it for the day, and I hope you like what you've seen. And if you do like what you've seen, I hope you will subscribe. If you subscribe, would you please hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. I currently upload 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but we have bonus videos every month. My son gets to open his My Geek box. And most months I do indie brand openings as bonus videos. However, those will be waiting until after the holidays. And also we do subscriber mail when we get it. And in the summer we do gardening videos. So if you're interested in any of those, you will need to have that bell clicked so that you can get notification, because they do not go up on regular days. If you choose not to subscribe, well, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm a rambly girl and I repeat myself a lot. And I'm an old dragon, but we do hope you'll come back again, because we love having the company. And when you do come back again, don't forget to bring your cup of tea. All right, this has sat here long enough to cool off. It's still warm, but it's not hot. And hopefully our chocolate and our mint and everything is all powered up and ready to go. Let's give her a sip. The chocolate is still weak. It's there, but you get more of the mint. It's not a bad tea, but it's not the best tea. So I think I'm going to end up giving this box to my son. He'll love it. He'll love it. Anyway, so that's it for the day. I hope you have a good one.